this is me going to be a little provocative. I'm going to suggest to you, you need to make a difference in the world of work, or you need to make an exit. Make a difference or make an exit. Now, why do I say that? I say that for one reason. I say that leadership means that you have to be really aware of your brand and your reputation. I'm going to use kind of a business term, branding. So the reputation of Pepperdine is stellar. How did Pepperdine get that reputation? They got it by the culmination of all the individuals that work for Pepperdine. I mean, Pepperdine in and itself is, it's not the buildings. It's the people who inhabit the buildings. It's the creative force. It's the creative energy. It's the thinking. That holds true for you too. That you're going to be a catalyst for creating something extraordinary at Pepperdine, or you're not. And I'm going to suggest, I want you to start thinking, that's what you're here to do. So let me do this. I'm going to show you some pictures. How many of you, as soon as you saw this picture, would, if I forced you to choose one or the other, how many of you would choose Coke? Okay, how many Pepsi? And if you were to ask them, the Pepsi people would say, well, it tastes better, and the Coke people would say, it tastes better. But how quickly did you make a decision? That quickly. How about this one? If you were to use the iPad or the Kindle, how many iPad users? Kindle? That's a representative market share. Yeah. Okay. How about this? Google or Bing? Google? Yeah, look at that. That's absolute market dominance. Now, I want you to think about this. What would it be like if you were to say, how many of you think that my idea is worth following, and the same number of hands went up? As opposed to, oh man, I'm not doing that. How about this? CNN or Fox? How about CNN? How many Fox? It's not a political statement, by the way. I know that some of you think that it, well, maybe it is. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm just going to move on from here. How about New York or Vegas? New York? Vegas. Some people are going, and she's over there going, yeah, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So here's the thing I want to suggest to you. How about Bill Cosby or Robin Williams? Oh, it's so tough. Now, whichever one you choose, what I want you to notice is that you are making choices like this. That the brand and the reputations that I put up there were so compelling that you made a choice that quickly. So here's the rub. People choose you that quickly. They either choose to follow you or they choose not to. They look at you and say, based on all the experiences that I've ever had with that brand, I don't want to have anything to do with it, or I am absolutely all in as to what you have to say. It's about the experience. Now, what does this company sell? It is not motorcycles. What they sell is an experience. And what a Harley-Davidson executive said that we sell is what we sell is the ability for a 43-year-old accountant to dress in black leather, ride through small towns, and have people be afraid of them. That's what we sell. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it really is. I have been using that quote for 10 years, and every time I show that, everybody laughs. It's like, I'm not changing. I have not gone up. It has not died on the growth curve yet. But so here's the question I ask. So what are you selling? Think about that. What are you selling? Because you're selling something. Now here's the rub. For those people who have seen this before, so there are some of my loving, caring IT mates in this room. I'm not going to look at any of them because I don't want them to think it's personal, but I'm going to suggest to you, if you've seen this presentation before, and we're now 3 months into this year, and you haven't done anything with this, it hasn't gone below the surface yet. It stayed up here. It hasn't gone in here. So I'm trying to break up the ground to say, you have to make a decision about what is it you really want to be known for. So how are you seeing it work? Let me show you a couple of pictures. Look at this picture of this woman who is a floral designer Picture was taken when next to a floral arrangement at the Four Seasons Hotel. Now, what was interesting is you, as soon as you saw this picture, whether you know it or not, you saw the picture and you smiled. She got an impression of that woman just by looking at her picture. So if I may, what was the first impression? What came to your mind that made you smile?
She just looks really happy, and also I think the colors of the flowers.
So the colors of the flowers, and also she looks happy. She is. So here's her name. Her name is Nancy Matia Barajas Prada Riviera Serrano. It took me 10 years to be able to say that. But here's the thing that she says, I don't arrange flowers, I create art. You think that I arrange flowers. That's not what I do. Then she went on to say, the first thing I do is interview my client. Then I decide whether or not I'm going to take them on. And then she says this, which I love, and a person who does not have passion is dead, and so is their work. So here's the thing. We all know this, right? You cannot give life, you cannot give CPR if you're dead. Is that fair? CPR is about breathing life into something. So the word inspiration comes from the Latin inspiro, which means to breathe life into something. If you're not passionate about something, if you're not passionate about your job, if you're not passionate about your work, if you're not passionate about the projects, there's no way that it can be something that's going to be truly extraordinary because you have no life for it. There's no life force in there. Now here's Susan Nobler. One of our clients was lens crafters. And I want you to look at Susan. She's putting up sign-up sheets because she came up with this idea. She said, if you think about it, when people go into lens crafters, they bring in old glasses and they exchange them for new glasses, new styles, whatever it may be. But the rub is, what do we do with the old glasses? You know what lens crafters did? They recycled them, they trashed them. And she said, no, we can do something different with this. So here's what she said. She said, we, lens crafters, will be the best at helping the world to see by giving the gift of sight to those who have the least and need us the most. So she created this idea. She said, let's do this. Let's take all the old eyeglasses, recycle them, and go to impoverished parts of the United States and also third world countries, and we'll take a group of people and we'll make eyeglasses for the people there. What she's doing is she's putting up a sign-up sheet for all the places where they're going to go and do these vision missions. And what you'll see is that it says full because those sign-up sheets fill up almost the moment that they're put up there. People are yearning to do something that can make a meaningful difference. And Susan here is just saying, I'm going to be the catalyst for that. My old boss, Tom Peters, said it best this way. Be distinct, or you need to know you're going to be extinct.